What's going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome back to Road to the Show here on MLB 23 as we're back here with Deshaun King and more action on the diamond here today as we have a nice 6-game homestand here, 3 games against the Dodgers and then 3 games against the divisional leading Reds, who are kind of slipping some, and we'll see. We'll talk more about that once we get to them. But there you see the Dodgers scheduled there. Of course, they just finished up a series with Philly, and looks like they did not have a good time there in Philly at all, as they look like they've lost all 3 of those games there in Philly. So they're currently on a 3-game losing streak, and of course, we would like to take advantage of that and try to pick up some wins here against them. Of course, the Dodgers are the heavy favorites in this year's World Series. But you see, we're just a half a game behind the Reds, and of course, we would like to try to get a nice series win here, especially with the Dodgers being vulnerable right now. That would really help us out. Of course, the Reds not playing good baseball, or I should say, they're playing decent baseball right now. They got a 2-game winning streak right now. They're 6 of 4 in the last 10 games, but they've been having some issues as of late. We've shrunk that lead now to a half a game, and I think if we play well against the Dodgers, especially against a team like the Dodgers, then we should be able to defeat the Reds. So, of course, the guy of this series, all about Deshaun King, his bat is starting to come around here. He's batting over 300 right now, and of course, he's been having some trouble at the plate from time to time. But for the most part here, I think he's starting to get out of that slump there, and I think he's starting to find his groove again at the plate, and that happens of course of a season. Here you see the Dodgers lineup there. Of course, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Mookie Betts, Matt Chapman, of course Max Muncy, and there you see some other guys there as well, doing very well and having a pretty decent season. But like I said, they've been on a 3-game slide here as of late, and they're hoping to see if they can get Dustin May to get him out of that slide here that they're currently on. He's been 15 appearances so far this season. He is 7 of 4 for the year right now. He's pitched in 90 and a third innings of work. He's given up 87 hits, 50 runs. 45 of those were earned. He's given up 13 home runs. He's walked 34 so far this season, and he has struck out 63 with an ERA right now at 4.46. And that's not like May. May is usually doing pretty good here, especially getting close to the mid-season. He's usually in the mid-3s in his ERA. There you see a quality starts. He had 7 so far this season. Of course, his WAR is under 1, so he is having a bit of trouble on the mound here. He's 85 overall, a potential player, and there might be some personal issues going on right now with him not pitching very well, but they're hoping that that'll turn around here very quickly, and he can get something going here, especially in today's matchup here, taking on King. So they got 1 on and 2 out. We'll see what King can do here in the bottom of the first as he takes the first pitch there. That's a 4-seam fastball, high and inside. But yeah, King, of course, we've seen his struggles here as of late since he's been called up here at the start of the season. He was doing very well, and then here in the last, I would say probably the last 3 to 4 episodes here, he's been really declining. He was in the top, in the 350s, near around 400 for a while there. But then reality started to set in, and we start seeing stuff like this as he will strike out there, and that'll end the at bat for him. Go to the bottom of the third with 1 on and 2 out. Here you got a runner on second with a tied ball game left, now tied 1 apiece. And of course, King has the opportunity here to get a base hit and try to drive that runner home here so they can take a 1-run lead here in the bottom half of the third. We'll see if he can do that as he'll swing for that first pitch, and that'll be a sinker inside. And of course, talking to King, as of leading up to this game, and I talk to him quite often before and after games, and as of late, he's been just having a tough time trying to adjust to the game. The game's a little more faster now compared to when he was in AAA or AA and AAA, and of course. And I asked him about that, about being there, and one of the things he says that one of the things he's happy to be here in the majors. He wants to take the opportunity he has, but if need be, if he has to go back to the AAA and maybe stay down there for a month or so, have a little stint down there, just try to get get his confidence back up and get that bat speed going for himself, then he's willing to do that. He's willing to go down to Memphis and play some, or should I say not Memphis, Nashville, and play. Bases are loaded here in the bottom half of the fifth. We're tied 1 apiece with 1 out. But yeah, he said he's willing to do that. He's not going to be a prima donna. He notices there's some issues with his approach at the plate. And of course, he's been addressed by the batting coach and of course the major skipper and of course the manager, the general managers like that. Then if it becomes to continue being a problem, he doesn't want to be a distraction for the team. He says he's willing to go ahead and go down to back to the sound. Bases loaded here, bottom half of the 7th, and if you notice here as of late, this has been happening quite often. He's had some pretty good bats here, or good opportunities here to do something with runners in scoring position here, like he is right now. Now, he's not a home run hitter. We've seen him; he was bashing balls there left and right in the minors, but he hasn't been doing so much so here in the majors, and that's what he's not really designed to do. That's I said that from the very beginning. When we started this series, I didn't want him to be another home run monster. But, there was times that he was doing very well and he was hitting very well. But he's the kind of guy, in a clutch situation, he can get a hit, maybe occasionally get a home run. But he's just got that RBI guy. I'm trying to get his speed up so he can be that base runner. So when he is on base, he can be a threat. There's still bases. And one of the things I want to get in this series here at some point here, depending on how long we can play this series, is I want him to try to get close to breaking the in-season record for stolen bases, and eventually try to get him that career record of Ricky Henderson's, which I know it's going to take quite a few seasons to do. But I think if we go on a decent pace of stealing so many games per game and so many bases, still so many bases per season, it could be capable. We've seen with the hits record, the all-time hit, the hitting streak there with his brother, with DeMarcus there in his series. So it's quite capable. He can his little bro here can do it in his series here. As you see a strikeout there, and that will of course end this one, as that is not what they were looking for here today, as the Dodgers will take game 1. So they will snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in here with and pawn it on us, as we will take the L here. Los Angeles, I should say, wins this one 2-1. Here's your final, as they're able to scrape up a run there towards the end. King, bad day for him, 0 for 5. We're not accustomed to seeing it. Well, I guess we are in some ways. He's had some offers here as of late, but normally, I guess in the whole scope of the whole series, we don't see him do that too often. So Martin Perez will be up next here. See potential, 76 overall, 11 years in the majors with the age of 32 years of age. 6 foot, 200 pounds for Venezuela. He's a lefty, so he's a southpaw, both in the pitching and batting. And of course, his sinker is probably his bread and butter, along with his four-seam fastball. But you definitely got to watch out for that circle change, as well as that 12-6 curve that he can definitely drop on you. And of course, he will throw some hot cheddar, a nice hot cutter right against you at the plate. So there you see his numbers so far here. He's got a 5 ERA, which is really nice to see here as a batter. Of course, a manager, you're kind of wondering, like, okay, when's this going to go down? Because likely it's going to keep going up. He has no WAR right now, and he's had 5 quality starts for this season right now. So he's having a bit of a rough go here with his transition from Texas from last season. They're expecting him to do some good things here, especially in this lineup, this rotation that the Dodgers have right now. We'll see what we can do here against Perez, as he'll be out here for game 2 of this series. So the Dodgers take game 1 here. We'll got to try to bounce back, try to level it out here today, and win game 2. Let's see if we can do that here with 2 runners on board. Runners at first and second with 1 out. And of course, King right now hitting a modest .312 for this season right now. Let's see the first pitch, and he will be smart here to take this one. That's going to be a sinker, low and inside. So take a look at the current standings right now, and there you see pretty much a nice double-digit lead here for the Dodgers, as they have a 10-game lead over pretty much everybody in the division, especially the only closest team right now that could probably get to them, which is still plenty of time. That would be the Padres. So we are now bottom of the second as we end up grounding out. We'll go to the bottom of the second with 2 out and 2 on. Got runners on the corners. 4-0. Milwaukee leads this one here as King here trying to see if he can get this one past the infield here. A base hit obviously will score the run, and of course he will get on base. But he's got to get past this ball past a tough infield here today. As we'll see the next pitch, and that's going to be a chopper right in front of the plate there. A nice play there for the pitcher to get to. No problem for the pitcher to get there. And that will leave 2 stranded. Nice job there from Perez, as we'll now go to the bottom half of the fourth here. And, of course, Milwaukee fans are really hoping that King can step up here in these situations here. As we've seen so far here today in this episode, he has not been able to do that. So bases are loaded here with 2 out. And King here takes the first pitch. And that's a circle change outside, 0-1. So he's just got to look for a pitch here inside or somewhere down the middle here that he can try to drive. And that cut fastball, like I said, comes in here pretty quickly. And it now makes it now 0-2. So now got to defend here as best as he possibly can. We'll see him go ahead and after that pitch there. That'll be a sinker, low and away. Still makes it 0-2. So beautiful day here in Milwaukee. Fans are out here supporting their hometown team. As King here would like to try to show off here and make a good showing here in front of his team that's really been supporting him quite a bit as of late. Getting a lot of love in the social media, as we'll see him sky this one over there to right field, and that'll be a quick out there, and that will end the inning. As Martin Perez, very happy that he has not had to do too much here with King. So now Bobby Miller's going to have to deal with him, as we'll here be in the bottom of the 7th, and we're up by 4 runs, as that'll be the first pitch, 4-seam fastball, high and inside, 1-0. Next pitch here, King gets a hold of this one here, and it's going to hit this one out there by the out-of-town scoreboard here. That's going to go high, deep, and that's going to go, and it's going to be stolen by the center fielder. What a play from the center fielder. Take a look at this. This one ball looked like it was going to be out of here. It kept lofting up and going, and then it just came down. Nice steal from the center fielder. I'm not sure who the center fielder is, but he got some bunnies there and jumps up there and takes that one away. Nice play for the Dodgers. So King could have had a huge home run there. So now we'll have to see what he can do here on defense, man. He can do the same thing. Still one here for off of these guys. Here's Mookie Betts will hit this one out to shallow right field. And that'll be it. Out number 1 there for the Dodgers. But we will see here. We will pull off a victory here. Deshaun King goes 0-for again. This time going 0-for-4. As Milwaukee able to help themselves out here, not getting too much help from one of their young up-and-coming stars. They win this one 5-1, 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Los Angeles 1 run, 5 hits, no errors there for them, as Perez will get hit with a loss there. 4 2/3 innings of work there. Not much work from him today, but I'm sure he's glad that he was able to avoid a big hitter like Deshaun King, especially with the way Deshaun King's been playing as of late. So Walker Buehler is going to be up next here. A potential, 89 overall. He's been in the league for 5 seasons from the state of Kentucky. And there you see 29 years of age, 6'2". He's a righty at 185 pounds. And, of course, there you see his top pitches there in his repertoire. That 4-seam fastball, of course, being his bread and butter, along with that cutter and that slider would be probably the one that will get us the most there, as he will try to probably have us chasing on the outside there. And we'll have to try to do our best there to try to avoid that here today. ERA about 2.66 right now. And, of course, his WAR's at 1. as we get into the third and final game of this series. As you see here, they took the first series 2-1. We won the second series here 5-1, and now it's a rubber match here. As we're having a nice afternoon game here. We'll see what Deshaun can do here today, as he will be on board here with 2 out. And he'll take that curve, that slider that I told you, 1-0. So now King up again here, and he'll again take another look here at another pitch. That'll be a circle change. And that makes it now a hitter's count now of 2-0. So King being very patient here. He seems like he has a different look at things here today as he takes a cut fastball inside. That's going to be a strike, as he's waiting for that first strike to come across the plate. But he looks like he has a different, looks more confident here today, and he wants to do something big in the box here. As this one's get popped up there, and that's going to be out of range for anybody there. And that's going to be a nice little souvenir there for the fans. 2-2 count, and the pitch, and that one's going to be a perfect, ripping past the infield here. That's going to be a base hit, going to get him on board, and that's the way you want to see here in the first inning. Now let's see if we can get a 2-out rally going here and try to score some runs here early in this bottom half of the first inning. As now Willie Amos here. Willie Adams here. We'll see what he can do here as he swings and misses there, and that's going to be it for him as that ends the inning. So one left stranded there. Could not get that 2-out rally going for ourselves, but we still have another chance here to try to do something, as we'll see him on board now with nobody on and 1 out. Milwaukee leads this one by 3, and King here looking for a pitch, and that's going to be a nice little pitch there inside, or excuse me, outside there. Makes it now 0-1. But yeah, King, I talked about too with him during this series about his patience at the plate. He says, yeah, there's been times he's been a little impatient. He was anticipating something that wasn't there, and he kind of had to learn and talk to coaches, his batting coach there, and of course some veterans there, to kind of just relax at the plate, take your mind off of what you're trying to do, and just kind of focus in on the pitches, look at repetition of things, how they approach the mound, and all that kind of stuff. It's just some insider stuff that he's learning here in the game of baseball, and he says that that's becoming a key thing for him when it comes to that. And of course, he's also too one of the things that young people don't really do too much nowadays. But going back and look at tape at pitchers, seeing their different wind-ups when they're struggling, how they react, and how they from the cause and effect of when they're having a bad game and all that kind of stuff. So kind of just breaking down tape, and he's been with a lot of different coaches about that as he's trying to make a steal here. Can he get there on time? And no, as the manager was signaling for a steal. And I don't understand why the skipper is asking us to steal there, as our skill or base running abilities are just not there yet. So runners on here at bottom of the 5th here, with runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And I guess, I don't know, maybe the manager has a little confidence, trying to bring the confidence to us. But honestly, I just wish they would just not have us, ideally, I think I said this before, but if the skipper says we have to, he wants us to make us, wants us to steal, then we have to steal. But at the same time, I could, the idea is just trying to follow directions and just trying to be a good player here, model player for the skipper here, especially these first couple of seasons. And we'll see a 0-2 down to a 2-1 count as he swings and misses there. As now, still a hitter's count now. And of course, he is trying to look for a base hit to try to bring that runner home. And that right there could be it, but no, they're going to go ahead and throw this one there. One run actually will come in to score. Makes it now 2 away. And now just a runner on 3rd. Makes it now 4-2. Milwaukee takes the lead. Bottom of the 8th now coming up here for King. As King looking very confident here at the plate here today. He's already drove in a run. Now we'll see here what he can try to do, lead off here at the bottom half of the 8th, as he'll take the first pitch. That's going to be a knuckle curve inside. 1-0. Next pitch here for King. It says, ooh, looks like it was right down the middle there, but he will foul that off. Poor timing there on his part. As now he's looking at a 1-1 pitch, and he goes chasing. That's going to be a slider there that gets away from him. Now looking at a 1-2. Pitcher's count now. See if he can punch the ticket, and he cannot, as that's going to foul off here. But I think the first baseman is going to make a play there. Yep, it's a foul ball. And Freeman does a great job there staying underneath of it, getting out. And that's going to be it for the ball game here. As Milwaukee able to walk out of here. You see the fans cheering. That's what we like to see here. Get a nice victory there. 4-2 is your final score. As Milwaukee, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. As for Los Angeles, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors there for them. King goes for 2 for 4 in the ball game with an RBI, and of course two singles there in this one here today. So really a tough time here for him. That makes him now, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 2 for 13 in that series. Tough break, but hey, what do you expect? We're going to see, a good lineup, a good rotation of players there in that rotation for the Yankees. And of course, I tell you, just a very good elite lineup. Excuse me, 1 through 3 or 1 through 5, or excuse me, 1 through 9 with the Dodgers there. You can, it'd been nice for us to do well there, but you got a tough defense, tough offense that can really make you pay otherwise. So let's get to now. Let's take a look here at the series, and this next series coming out is the Reds. Now, right now, we've leapfrogged over the Reds here. We currently have first place. This is the first time we've had first place since we got up to the majors here. And as you see there, we're all the top 4 guys are pretty much hot in the lineup right now. Christian Yelich, and of course, there you see us batting 4th here today. But as you take a look at the Reds here, Miguel Sano is pretty much right now. Is a guy that's got a thing going for him. Of course, Shohei Ohtani, for whatever reason, is with the Reds. It's gonna be in the lineup here today. He is not pitching, but he is their DH. And there you see some of the other names as well. So not a well-known Reds squad here, but they've been playing very well as of a couple episodes here. Really part of the most majority of the season. This is the first time we got a chance to be in first place, and our job is today. This is something that we've been circling on the counter. This is the time we can get in within half a game of them, or or even get tied up with them at this point in this game. This is a great opportunity for us to turn things around before we get to the All-Star break, which will be coming up here in 2 episodes from now. So Hunter Greene will be on the hill here today. He's 5-3 for the season. He's had about 15 starts so far this season. He's pitching roughly close to 90 innings so far this season. He's given up 17 home runs, 33 walks, and 96 strikeouts. He has a 5.4 ERA. He's had 8 quality starts. No shutouts here this season. But his WAR is under 1, so he is having a bit of a trouble here this season. But he is a good pitcher. 8 potential, 83 overall. He's kind of regressing a little bit, but I think a game like this, especially a high-profile matchup between 2 teams that are going at one's been chasing after the other this season, I'm sure that he will be up for the challenge here today. As we'll see, King goes after that pitch there, and that's going to be 0-1 here against Greene. So I'm sure this is going to be a close matchup. Already 1-1 here in the bottom half of the first with 1 out. And that pitch, that's going to be a 4-seam fastball up and right near eye level there. So now 1-1 count. As the Reds here, of course, trying to hold on, try to get back in first place here right now. They're just a half a game behind. If they can get this one here today, they could be a full game ahead of us, or actually probably a game and a half ahead of us in the division. As you see this one there going up the middle there, that's going to be a base hit for King. And of course, we would like to try to take first play, hold on to this first place lead, this half a game lead right now, and try to turn it into something bigger if we can. And especially if we can sweep the series here and sweep them right out of our own building. But that's asking a lot here. We're in the first game here right now. 2-1 count and the pitch, and that is going to be 2-2. So again, the manager wants us to try to steal, so we're going to try to see if we can make a good jump here. And oh, there we go, made a good jump here. Now the question is, are we going to get tagged out? Yes, we are. As the catcher has a pretty good arm there, and he gets us out. Not bad at all on the Reds part here. Take a look at this. Good jump, but again, just don't have the speed there just yet to help us out. As we go now to the bottom half of the fourth here, bases are empty and nobody out. And we'll see what King can do. Up by 1, and that's going to be a four-seam fastball right down the middle there. Strike 1. King, of course, trying to get he'll help his team out here as he cannot do too much in that Dodgers series. But here today, he slams this one here high, deep. It is back. It is gone. Home run for Deshaun King. Yes, indeed. That is a moonshot here at American Family. And that is home run number 11 for him as he is able to rocket this one right out of the ballpark. Beautiful play. Beautiful shot there. And no doubt the fans finally seeing this monster come alive here. Couldn't do this against the Dodgers. Like I said, premium pitching there. Not saying that they're not knocking the Reds or anything, but I think he has more better odds of getting a home run here against the Reds pitchers than he does against the Dodgers pitchers, even though the Dodgers have not been playing too well themselves, but still have a very comfortable lead in the division. So now we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Here is 3-1. Bases are empty, 1 out. And of course, Greene's still out here as he's trying to keep this. He's still got a chance to turn things around here. He's just getting some run support from his fellow Reds. As we'll see the pitch here, and that's going to be a foul ball for King. As it's going to make it now 1-1. So 1-1 count here for King. Looking to try to see if he can light the scoreboard up again here. This one's going to be high and deep out to right field. That's going to drop down, and that's going to be a base hit. Great hit. And puts him on board here with 1 away. So Willie up next. We'll see what he can try to do here, as he's not been doing too good here when King's out on the base paths here. We'll see now with a 1-2 count here for him. See if he can get something. And no, he will swing and miss as he takes a nasty hack there from Greene against Greene. And Greene is happy to now have 2 away. So Will Myers will be up next. Myers there grounded out twice already here in today's game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they'll call some kind of hit and run here for King, as they'll go ahead and check King there at first base to keep him there. And just make sure that he is not thinking about stealing here in any kind of sort of way. 0-2 here, and that's going to get Will Myers scooted off the plate there a little bit. 1-2. 2 away, 1 out. Or I should say 2 away and 1 on. So that's going to be a fly ball up there to the third baseman, and that is going to be it for the inning as they leave 1 stranded. Go to the top or bottom half of the 8th. 2 runners on board here with 1 out. And, of course, King looking to, of course, trying to just stay alive. And, of course, try to find a way, any kind of way here to try to bring back, try to bring these 2 guys at home on the base paths home in at least in a situation here, find a gap somewhere and maybe bring both of them home. So he gets a piece of that four-seamer, but just cannot getting it straight out. That's going to be a foul ball. So 1-1 count. And King the pitch, and he's going to go pop this one up there. I thought he chased it, but he did chase it there, but he pops that one up there. That is not what you want to see for the big man like that, as the pitcher hits up right up the elevator shaft there for the catcher, and that will end the inning, or end it at bat. So now top of the 9th here with 2 out, nobody on, 1-1 count. As we'll see him play some defense here, and he's got to track this ball down. We'll see if he can get to this one here. And, oh, nice hustle as the Brew Crew win this one here today. Nice job there for the Brewers as they're able to pick up a victory here and show that they can now take first place here in the division with a nice win here today. So, congratulations there to the Brew Crew as they take game 1 of this series. 3-1 is your final score as Cincinnati just having a tough time at the plate here today. 3 hits there for them, no errors. We had 3 runs, 9 hits for ourselves, and of course no errors on either side. King goes 3 for 4 in the ball game. Of course, that home run was very nice to see here, and hopefully that has woken him up and get him ready for this next game coming up here as we take on Nick Lodolo. There you see, Lodolo. Excuse me. 8 potential, 83 overall. He's a southpaw at 26 years of age, 6'6", 216 pounds. He's been in the league for 2 seasons here. Young pitcher, one of the young up-and-coming pitchers in this rotation for the Reds. As this is really his second really big year that he's starting as a Reds pitcher. And there you see his ERA at 5. Of course, there you see 10. He's given up 10 home runs, 36 walks, and he's stricken out 87 so far this season. And of course, he has 8 quality starts there for him this season. So we'll be back out here again for game 2, and let's see if game 2 can get us any better here than game 1. And let's just see if we can keep just building on to what we had, what was great there in game 1 here in game 2. So King, he's going to take a little time off the plate there. And the pitcher, a little hold on the ball just a little longer than normal. Cincinnati already up by 1 here in the bottom half of the first as we have 1 on and 1 out. King takes the first pitch, 1-0. And, of course, talking to King there, I asked him about that home run. He said he was very relieved as, that was just a bad running there on the base runner there. And that's going to turn the side there as India able to turn 2 there on the Brew Crew. But talking about the home run, he said he was very happy. Felt relieved. Been a while since he hit a home run. And, he says, he knows he's not a home run hitter, but he wants to just get back into hitting doubles, triples, the usual stuff, that, especially when runners in a scoring position, that he was able to do there in AAA. And, of course, a Double-A there. He wants to try to do the same here in Major League Baseball, as well as occasionally get the, hit the big long ball there and bring, just bring everybody home. As King now gets a piece of this one here, that's going to float out to right field, and that's going to be an out. And that's going to now be 2 away with runner still on first base. Milwaukee still has a 1-run lead as we go down to the bottom half of the 5th, and now they extend it now to a 3-run lead, 4-1 here in the bottom half of the 5th with 1 out and nobody on. So, again, another beautiful afternoon here as you see the shadows creeping in here at American Family Field. And, of course, fans, enjoying what they're seeing from the Brew Crew. They're happy to see them in first place. Pitch here, and that's going to be a nice hit there. That should be a gapper out there, and it is, as that's going to be a nice base hit there for King. And it puts him on board with 1 out. So now we'll see what Christian Waller, I should say, is going to do here. First baseman here for the Brew Crew. And he is 1 for 2 here in this at-bat. So we're just trying to see if the big guy can do something here. And, he's going to get a hit there, but he's going to get into a routine double play there, as that's just not what we're looking for there. Tough break. As we now go to the bottom half of the 8th here, it's tied 4-all. Cincinnati able to find their way back here in this one. Now the question is, can we break away from this tie here and try to get a win? As we'll see a pitch there. That's going to be a 4-seamer low and away on King. 1-0 count coming up here. As Weaver here gives up a big hit here. This is going to be high, deep, but I think it's going to stay in the ballpark there, as that's going to be a nice pop up there as Hendricks there on the underneath the catch and makes a nice catch there. Ends this one here in a 5-4 victory there for Milwaukee. 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for Milwaukee. Cincinnati 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. As Sean King goes 1 for 4 in the ball game with that single. Luke Weaver gets hit with the loss, and of course Bryce Wilson is going to pick up the win there for the Brewers. As we go to the next game here coming up, and it's going to be Jordan Montgomery. Montgomery pitching the final game of this 3-game set. You see 79 overall, see potential. He's a southpaw from South Carolina, 31 years of age. He's been in the league for 7 seasons. And there you see he's been in 16 games so far this season. He is 6-6 as his record shows there. He's pitching 90 innings. He's given up 101 at bats. He's given up 49 runs. 47 of them were earned. 17 home runs he is given up, as well as 25 walks and 65 strikeouts. 4.70 ERA, so he's in those high fours. And of course, his approach at the hill here today is going to have to be very important here if he's going to keep this team alive and try to win back this series here in Game 3. But right now, this series has been pretty much dominated by us. And now we're going to just try to see if we can finish it off here today. See the numbers there. And of course, Brew Crew just been playing lights out here in these first 2 games. And now we're trying to see if we can now try to walk out of here with get the brooms out here and get them out and start sweeping these nasty, dirty Cincinnati Red rats out of this building here at American Family. So now we'll see what we can try to do here. King up to bat here with 2 on and nobody out. And of course, we've seen him here in situations like this, runner in score position here. He does not do too well. As Montgomery has probably got a good scouting report on that. So he's going to try to exploit that as best as he possibly can. As King here gets a hold of this one here. This is high, deep. It's going to go back, and it's going to go over the wall. That's a home run. Home run number, I believe, number 12 for him. As that is a 3-run dinger. And King knew he had to step up in that situation there and not let Jordan Montgomery get the best of him there. 3 runs come up on the board here for Milwaukee as they take a nice lead here early on. As King hitting his 2nd home run in this series now. First home run of the day. The 2nd altogether here in these these last 2 games. So now Sean King here up to bat here again. Bottom of the 3rd, 1 out, nobody on. Cincinnati is taking a 2-run lead. They turn things around here very quickly now for Jordan Montgomery, as they lead by 2, 5-3. And of course, there you see fans like packing in here. Attendance records are starting to go up, even more so here. And King here, he's going to foul this one off. Going to be now 1-1. And of course, I talked to King about that, about Cincinnati, and of course, he would like to play for someday play for his hometown team, that being St. Louis. But he knows the history between St. Louis and the Brewers, and haven't been a good one. But he just likes this is the team that was investing in him, and he's ready to go. He hits another one here, high and deep, and this one's definitely gone there. Home run there for Deshaun King, his 2nd home run in this game, his 3rd in this series, and that is number 13 for him. As you see his teammates there cheering him on. And he has now brought his team back in within 1. Take a look at this. Right there in the sweet spot there. High and deep out to left center field. And that ball is rocketed out of here. It's gone. Bottom of the 5th here coming up with 1 runner on board and 2 out. So now Jordan Montgomery is still out here, as he has been struggling here. He's given up 4 runs already here today. 2 of those runs all 4 now runs have been because of this man right here. 3-run homer early on in that first one, and then now that solo shot. We'll see what he can do here against Montgomery here. As Montgomery, being wise now, playing around the plate, makes it now 2-0. So now it's 2-0. And, of course, we'll see here the pitch. That one's going to go all up there. Should be easily caught there for the right fielder. And that will, of course, retire the side. Bottom of the 8th coming up next here. And we'll see what King could try to do here in this situation. It's King, of course, looking to get his average up. And, of course, he's already hit 3 home runs in this series. As he takes a swing there on that slider, makes it now 0-1. Bases are empty here, nobody out, so he's leading off here. Trying to make a good impression here for his team here to try to help get a rally going here, and try to get that one run, try to get this game tied back up, or at least try to get the lead back. There's been quite a few lead changes now here, and he goes after that one there, and that's going to cost him as he's going to have to get thrown out there at first, and that is not what we want to see here as we're trying to walk out of the building here and try to sweep these Cincinnati Reds out of the building as they take a huge whiff, and Cincinnati avoids the sweep here. They pick up the last and third and final game here of the series as they win this one 5-4. So tough break there for us, but hey, nonetheless, we still won the series and we will take first place there gladly. Been nice if we could have tried to sweep the series, but you know what? Doesn't always happen. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error there for Cincinnati. 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Milwaukee. Sean King goes 2 for 4 in the ball game. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Great time there at the ballpark here today, especially these last 2 games. He's hit 3 home runs now in these last 2 games. Let's see here. 5. He had 5 RBIs and 3 runs scored all together in those 3 games combined. So not a bad series at all for him or for the Brew Crew. As right now we have a nice 1.5 game lead. Let's see if we can build onto that as we get ready to head out west against some NL West opponents, and that's coming up in the next episode. Taking on Colorado, we got a 4-game series with them. And then after that, we head to the Northern California to take on the Giants there in a 3-game series before the first half of the season is wrapped up. As you see there, All-Star appearances coming up here. And, of course, our last chance here to make an impression now for the All-Star game as we're trying to make an appearance there for the first time this season. So we'll try to see if we can do that. But we go out to Colorado and then San Francisco before we head to the All-Star game. And we'll see those 7 games, a nice 7-game road trip there against the Rockies and Giants coming up in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, nice way to end the episode there. And hopefully that can just build on for King to get going the right direction here for him and his team. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Not to mention, follow us on our social media down below. It's down there in the description as well. And, of course, do check us out occasionally over on Twitch and on Kick as well, as that's where we like to stream from time to time. And, of course, not to mention, follow us over on the main channel here on YouTube at YouTube or at ESGNet. Here on YouTube, there on the main channel. But that's it for today for the Sean King's Road to Show. Stay tuned for episode 36 coming out very soon here on the channel. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day.